Gachagua is coming out to be just an open tribalist. Yani Gachagua doesn't hide it. Gachagua doesn't hide it, whether in his speeches, whether he's in confessions, whether in everything. Gachagua is someone who is coming out like he doesn't care for any other community besides his own community. And I want to ask a very simple question. Why tell me a speech where Gachagua has supported or has fought for any other community besides his own community? That is what I want us to look at, because there was a speech that he said, there was somewhere that a confession that he made, and that is what has brought me here to come and try to analyze what he said. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Yes, so Gachagua has just been this tribal, and he's not hiding it. And one question we need to ask ourselves, is this really the kind of leader that we want for ourselves as a country? We really need to ask ourselves, is even the people of Mount Kenya, because the more Gachagua speaks, the more he isolates Mount Kenya from the other parts of the country. Because he keeps on pushing the Mount Kenya narrative throughout and throughout. Even when he was the vice president, that is the card that he was pushing. And he's not sorry about it. He's not apologetic about it. And that is where I have a problem as a political analyst and as a Kenyan. That is where I have a problem, because as much as you are supporting your people, there are some things that you shouldn't be saying. That you should also be seen to be supporting, to be fighting for other Kenyans. And this one I will only compare him to Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga has been there for the longest time. And you could see Raila Odinga, he tried to associate with every community. He tried to bring every community on board. He tried to work with every community on board. But this is not coming from Gachagua. This is not from somebody who really wants to be the official opposition of the country. Because for you to be an opposition leader, you must be seen as a uniting factor. You must be people who are in Mandera should feel like you are fighting for them. People who are in Garsen should feel like you are fighting for them. But once you give them a narrative that you are only fighting for your community, that is a problem to me and a problem to many Kenyans. Have a listen.
After the Gen Z protests, the cabinet was dissolved. And William Ruto was struggling on what to do, bring Raila and his people in, this, that, and we let him do what he wanted to do without too much argument. And he announced the first batch, and out of the positions I had negotiated for my counties where I come from, he did not appoint anybody from Embu. And I asked him why. He said, let's wait kidogo. So in the next appointment, the final one, he called me and Musalia so that we flanked him to announce the last batch of cabinet. And he was in a hurry. Let's go. I said, hey, what do you mean we go? How? How do we flank you to announce what we don't know? No, watch maneno mingi. Musalia, let's go. I said, no, I can't. If we are flanking you to make the announcements, we must be part of what you're announcing as the usual practice. I cannot flank you to announce cabinet when I don't know who you're announcing. I cannot hear it for the first time with the rest of Kenyans and the press. So he was very angry. Then he rushed to his office. What's the idea? So he went and brought the list and threw it at me. I looked at it and found that JB had been dropped from Embu and he had put somebody else. And then I asked him, who is this? I don't know him. You have not consulted me. We had an agreement. Who is this? Oh, is somebody says Barilla brought. I said, no, I cannot be party to that decision. Because the other time, you appointed somebody from Meru. I did not argue with you. The people of Meru were asking me, who is this? I don't know. Where is this home? I have no idea. This person I don't know. So if that is your choice, go ahead and announce. I cannot accompany you to make that announcement. He said, wewe Rigathi. Hii kabila yako itakufikisha wapi? I said, Mr. President, I am not party to that decision.
Yes, that was Gachagua, and you can see how he was admitting how he had to fight for Justin Muturi to be brought into the cabinet after the reshuffle was done and all these other things. And it is sad, it is very unfortunate that he speaks like that and no one sees a problem with it in the mountain. You know, if there is a person who will really isolate Mount Kenya from all this, will be Gachagua. And there's this mindset Gachagua has that they have voters, and their voters will determine who will be the president. Shock on someone like Nini Gachagua, because as much as they think they have voters and they think that they can decide who will be the president, they should also remember that Kenya's other communities are also the majority. When it comes to the people of Mount Kenya, if other communities decide to work together, then Mount Kenya have no significant votes. And Mount Kenya alone cannot make a president. Even Mount Kenya, even if they merge with one other community or two, they cannot form a president. And even from the agreement that I saw where Gachagua is demanding 50% for him of the government for him to support Kalonzo and Natembea ticket. That is something that is very, very unreasonable. Why do you demand 50%? Where are the rest of the Kenyans? If you are going to demand 50% of the government. So it is very, very unfortunate that it's coming from someone like Gachagua, and I was hoping that he was going to change. But it seems there is nothing that is changing from Gachagua. So even if you want to love him, it's okay, you love him by yourself, but my work here is to tell you the truth, that Gachagua cannot lead this country. Because if he leads this country, then majority of Kenyans will never see development. That guy is deeply tribal. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think in the comment section, but above it all, remain respectful. See you next time.
The African